Are you prepared to face the unexpected? When it comes to emergencies, having the right food supplies can make all the difference. Welcome to today's video where we'll uncover 10 canned foods you probably never think to stockpile but absolutely should. These hidden gems can provide essential nutrients, variety, and long-lasting benefits to your emergency food storage. Whether it's a natural disaster, power outage, or economic uncertainty, these overlooked canned items can help you stay prepared and keep your family nourished during tough times. We'll break down why each of these canned foods deserves a spot in your pantry, and some of them might just surprise you. From boosting your immune system to offering convenient and versatile meal options, these recommendations go beyond the basics you're used to thinking about. Trust us, you won't want to miss this list that could make your preparedness game stronger than ever. If you enjoy content about preparedness, survival, and practical tips to keep your household safe and secure, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss out on our latest videos designed to keep you informed and ready for anything. Now, let's get started. 1. Canned pumpkin. When it comes to survival situations, canned pumpkin is an unsung hero that most people overlook, leaving them unprepared while you stay ahead. Don't make the fatal mistake of underestimating the value of this humble orange powerhouse. Stockpile it now while others waste precious time scrambling for the basics. One of the most frightening truths about survival is nutrition deficiency, and that's where canned pumpkin swoops in to save the day. Packed with essential nutrients like vitamin A, potassium, and fiber, it supports your body when fresh produce is nothing but a distant dream. Its natural antioxidants boost immunity, which could mean the difference between life and a slow, miserable decline in a desperate scenario. But canned pumpkin isn't just about staying alive, it's versatile enough to keep your meals from sliding into a monotonous nightmare. Everyone thinks it'll only work in pies, but think bigger, much bigger. This velvety puree can transform into hearty soups to warm your soul in the dead of winter, or blend seamlessly into smoothies to keep you going on scorching, oppressive days. If the food options around you grow scarce and tasteless, a can of pumpkin can be your secret weapon, turning bland rations into a surprising morale booster. The scariest part? Few people stock it. While others clutch their cans of beans or tuna, you'll have a nutritional edge, powered by this forgotten gem. Don't wait until the store's shelves are stripped bare. Invest in canned pumpkin today. Your future self will thank you when the people around you realize too late that they've missed out on this versatile, life-saving food. 2. Canned artichokes. When chaos erupts and supermarket shelves are stripped bare, few would think of reaching for canned artichokes. But that oversight could cost you dearly in moments of desperation. These unassuming vegetables, tucked into their metal prisons, are a secret weapon for survival, and you may regret not having them at your disposal when the time comes. Canned artichokes are not just a culinary afterthought, they are nutritional powerhouses hiding in plain sight. Packed with essential nutrients, antioxidants, and fiber, these little green treasures can play a vital role in keeping your health intact when every meal matters. Beyond their healthy perks, their unique flavor profile elevates them into an irreplaceable component of any well-prepared stockpile. Imagine facing months of bland, monotonous meals, wishing for just a taste of something vibrant. Artichokes can be your savior in this nightmarish scenario. Picture a time of crisis: rations are dwindling, and tension in your shelter runs high. Spirits are low, and no one can muster the energy to endure the endless repetition of beans and rice. Here's where canned artichokes can be a game-changer. Toss them into a wilted salad to provide a much-needed tang, or blend them into a creamy, comforting dip to pair with whatever crackers you have left. They can even transform a meager pasta dish into a satisfying meal that feels gourmet, giving you a psychological edge when survival depends as much on morale as on physical sustenance. Do not underestimate their versatility. This could be what pushes your grim menu beyond the ordinary, helping you and your loved ones hold on to a sense of normalcy. When prepping for the unimaginable, you may be fixated on the staples, but heed this warning. Neglecting to stockpile canned artichokes is a mistake you can't afford to make. Not having them on hand could haunt you when you're craving something more than just survival. 3. Canned coconut milk. Imagine a world where fresh dairy is no longer an option, a scenario where your favorite creams and milks vanish into thin air, leaving your pantry barren. This is exactly why stocking canned coconut milk should send shivers up your spine. It's not just a replacement for dairy, it's a life-saving elixir that could elevate both sweet and savory dishes when the worst happens. Canned coconut milk is a powerhouse of versatility, a creamy blend that can take desperate times and turn them into moments of culinary triumph. Picture this: a disaster has left you without access to groceries, but with canned coconut milk on your shelf, you can whip up indulgent curries, transform bland rice into a fragrant coconut-infused masterpiece, or create a decadent dessert like coconut rice pudding. Without it, your meals could devolve into monotonous, flavorless survival fodder. Stock up, or risk the haunting regret of bland survival eating. But it's about more than flavor, it's about survival. Canned coconut milk is a dream for those with dairy allergies or intolerances. Imagine being in a crisis and watching loved ones unable to digest the limited provisions available. The horror of helplessness in such a moment is chilling. This humble can shields against that nightmare, acting as both a nutritious base and a source of valuable fats when other foods become scarce. It's as though coconut milk offers not just nourishment but hope in the face of adversity. The thought of a disorganized pantry without this creamy staple is enough to make even the bravest prepper uneasy. Canned coconut milk has a surprisingly long shelf life, ensuring that its rich and velvety magic is there when you need it most. Don't underestimate its importance. Failing to stockpile this essential ingredient is like risking a culinary apocalypse. Heed this warning: stock up on canned coconut milk now, before it's too late. 4. Canned beets. When disaster strikes and fresh food becomes a distant memory, canned beets may be your unsung savior. Overlooked by almost everyone, this vibrant, nutrient-packed vegetable could be the very thing standing between you and debilitating malnutrition. Beets are naturally rich in essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, making them valuable in a world where proper nutrition is scarce. Their high levels of nitrate support heart health, helping to sustain one of the most vital organs in your body when other resources might fail. It's not just food, it's survival fuel, disguised in an unassuming tin. But what makes canned beets particularly terrifying to neglect is their wide-ranging adaptability. You might not think of them at first, but when supplies run low, these ruby-colored gems can transform into critical meal components. From revitalizing a lifeless salad to powering up a quick smoothie or even serving as a hidden ingredient in emergency baking experiments, canned beets are nothing short of a culinary chameleon. Imagine a scenario where even comfort foods are unattainable, and something as simple as a beet puree and baked goods could stave off despair. Recognizing their versatility now might just save you later. What's more, beets have an impressive shelf life, making them the perfect apocalypse food. Their resilience matches the kind of grim endurance you'll need in dire times. Stockpiling them now while they're still accessible is a choice that could haunt or save you when it matters most. Can you imagine digging through your pantry in desperation, only to realize you skipped over this life-saving option? Do not underestimate this humble root. While others hoard canned meats and beans, envision yourself outlasting the chaos with your stock of canned beets, nutritious, versatile, and ready to carry you through the worst of times. The real horror isn't the disaster itself, it's being unprepared. Don't make the mistake of leaving these behind. 5. Canned sardines. When it comes to survival foods, canned sardines are often overlooked, but they could be the lifesaver you never expected. These small, unassuming fish are packed with critical nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids and protein, nutrients your body will desperately need when resources run dry. Imagine a world where grocery shelves are stripped bare, fresh food is nowhere to be found, and your body is begging for sustenance. That's the terrifying reality of a food shortage. Without a stockpile of nutrient-rich items like sardines, you could be trading energy, cognitive performance, and even your immune system for feelings of fatigue and weakness. Don't make that fatal mistake. Canned sardines aren't just a random addition to your stockpile, they're a life-saving weapon. Their high-protein content will help you maintain muscle strength when physical endurance is critical, whether you're building a secure shelter or carrying heavy supplies to safety. And those omega-3s? They're essential for brain function, especially under stress. Picture yourself making a split-second decision that could mean the difference between survival and disaster. A steady diet of sardines might give you that edge. What's more, these cans of fishy goodness are versatile. Sardines can be eaten straight out of the can in an emergency or used to create quick meals like spreads, pasta dishes, or protein-packed salads if you're lucky enough to have other ingredients. They're a low-maintenance, ready-to-eat option that requires zero cooking, making them invaluable when the power goes out or fuel is scarce. Ignoring canned sardines as part of your survival prep could be a devastating error. Their compact size and long shelf life make them easy to store and forget until the moment you'll be glad you remembered. Take the warning seriously now before you're caught unprepared. Stock up on canned sardines today, or risk facing the horrifying reality of hunger when it's already too late. 6. Canned lentils. Imagine a world where your typical food supply is gone, and chaos reigns. Grocery shelves are barren, and people are scrambling for anything they can eat. This is why canned lentils, a humble yet incredibly vital food item, could mean the difference between survival and starvation. Overlooked by many, yet essential to those who plan ahead, canned lentils are not just a food, they are a lifeline when everything else falls apart. Why are canned lentils so critical? First, they are a powerhouse of plant-based protein, a vital nutrient when traditional protein sources like fresh meat or dairy may be inaccessible. The protein in lentils keeps your muscles strong and your energy up, giving you the stamina to face the challenges of an uncertain future. They are also rich in essential nutrients like iron and folate, which are critical for maintaining your strength and avoiding deficiencies during extended periods of food scarcity. What truly makes canned lentils a stockpile essential is their versatility. When the world seems to be crumbling around you, these can be quickly turned into a nourishing meal. Soups? Lentils turn plain water into a hearty protein-rich broth. Stews? They bulk up any dish with much-needed calories and nutrients. Salads? Even in desperate times, a mix of canned lentils and a few scavenged vegetables can create a meal that fights fatigue and boosts morale. Most importantly, canned lentils have an incredible shelf life. These unassuming cans can sit quietly among your supplies for years, waiting for the day you need them most. While others might fight over empty shelves, you'll have a pantry of survival-ready sustenance. 7. Canned pineapple. When chaos ensues and fresh tropical fruits become nothing but a distant memory, canned pineapple might just be the savior you never saw coming. Sitting quietly on store shelves, it's often overlooked in favor of more traditional staples, but this sweet, tangy treasure should not be underestimated. It's more than just a convenient snack, it's a versatile and life-saving food source during dire moments of uncertainty. Picture a world where access to fresh produce is obliterated. You're forced to survive on whatever you manage to stockpile. Imagine the monotony of plain rice, beans, or dull shelf-stable meals. This is where canned pineapple becomes your secret weapon. One slice can transport your taste buds and your morale to a brighter place. With its natural sweetness, canned pineapple can elevate even the blandest dishes, injecting a burst of flavor when you need it most, like in post-apocalyptic stir-fries or morale-boosting desserts. But make no mistake, its uses go far beyond a temporary distraction from grim circumstances. Pineapple's natural enzymes, particularly bromelain, can act as powerful meat tenderizers. Think about the significance of tenderizing otherwise tough, preserved cuts in an era of dwindling resources. Add its juice to marinades to unlock bold, complex flavors, or glaze meats for a hauntingly delicious bite that morale-crushed survivors will thank you for. However, the power of canned pineapple doesn't stop at its culinary advantages. When the sweet scent of tropical paradise becomes your only luxury, canned pineapple serves as a stark reminder of the fragile normalcy you once had. Its golden color and unmistakable sweetness could ironically become a symbol of human resilience. Underestimating the value of canned pineapple could be your first and final mistake. Its tangy sweetness, culinary versatility, and ability to ignite fleeting moments of joy in a desolate landscape make it a critical addition to any survival stockpile. Ignore it at your peril. 8. Canned water chestnuts. When it comes to survival, nutrition and versatility are key components of your stockpile, yet few consider the seemingly innocuous canned water chestnut. Dismissed by many as a minor salad topping or a stir-fry addition, this overlooked gem could be the difference between thriving and mere survival in a world gone haywire. Imagine your food choices dwindling, your fresh produce long gone, and every meal beginning to feel monotonous and lifeless. That's when the magic of canned water chestnuts comes into play. Their uniquely crisp, crunchy texture doesn't just add variety, it breathes new life into otherwise uninspiring meals. They're perfect for quick, adaptable recipes, whether you toss them into a spur-of-the-moment stir-fry or add them to a cold salad mix for a refreshing bite. But it's not just about taste and texture. When chaos strikes, you'll need quick-access ingredients that require minimal preparation while offering diverse uses in your cooking. Canned water chestnuts fit the bill perfectly. Take note, though, because their value isn't just in their versatility. When Teotihuacan, the end of the world as we know it scenarios unfold, the ability to maintain morale through satisfying meals becomes essential. A subtle crunch in every bite might seem trivial now, but it could be the key factor keeping despair at bay during prolonged crises. Even with limited resources, canned water chestnuts give you a reason to look forward to your next meal, offering a sensory experience often absent from canned or dry goods. Stockpilers who neglect this peculiar addition to their shelves will regret underestimating its potential. Accessible, affordable, and long-lasting, canned water chestnuts are there to remind you that even in the scariest, most unpredictable disasters, you can still salvage some culinary creativity. Don't ignore this unsung hero of survival. If you think you'll never need it, think again. It's the small details like having this underappreciated food in your pantry that just might keep you alive. 9 canned green chilies. When disaster strikes and the world turns dark, survival will depend on resourcefulness and a stockpile of versatile, shelf-stable items. Among the most underrated yet potentially life-saving is the humble can of green chilies. You might not think much of it now, relegating it to the back of your pantry for taco night, but in times of dire need, it could be your secret weapon for sustenance and morale. Canned green chilies add more than just a mild heat to meals. They bring a spark of life to otherwise bland and monotonous survival rations. Picture being stuck in a grim, post-apocalyptic scenario where you've been eating nothing but monotonous rice and beans for weeks. Just a few spoonfuls of these chilies could transform your basic meals into something with flavor, giving your morale a much-needed boost. That added kick of heat could be the difference between dreading your next bite and actually taking solace in a small culinary comfort amidst chaos. Beyond their flavor-enhancing magic, these chilies are tailor-made for various dishes, particularly those with Mexican-inspired flavors. Whether thrown into a hasty stew, sprinkled into a homemade casserole, or mixed into powdered eggs, their versatility in the kitchen or what remains of it cannot be overstated. More importantly, their long shelf life and compact storage make them an excellent candidate for survival stockpiles. One small can pack a punch without taking up precious space. Here's the scary part: how many of you currently have even one can of green chilies in your pantry? Picture a future where supply chains break down, grocery store shelves empty out, and fresh produce becomes a distant memory. By then, it will be too late to realize that this small, unassuming can sitting quietly could have been your secret to preserving not just flavor but your will to keep pushing forward. Underestimating canned green chilies now could mean dull, tasteless meals when you need food that sustains not just the body but the spirit. 10 canned jackfruit. When disaster strikes and the supply chain collapses, the canned jackfruit sitting quietly on the shelf could be the lifeline you never knew you needed. This seemingly unassuming fruit, often overlooked in favor of more traditional canned goods, could become the ultimate survival staple, especially for those who dread relying solely on beans and rice. But don't be fooled by its humble appearance. This plant-based powerhouse has an eerie ability to transform into the perfect meat substitute. It's like having a hidden ally in your pantry that you didn't realize could save your meals and maybe even your morale. Picture this: the grid is down, fresh food is a distant memory, and desperation is creeping in. You're flipping through your stockpile, realizing it's not enough to just stay alive. You want food that feels fulfilling, that reminds you of some semblance of normalcy. That's when canned jackfruit springs into action, an unsuspecting savior in the form of tender, stringy chunks that mimic the texture of pulled pork or shredded chicken. Toss it into a tangy BBQ sauce, fry it up for tacos, or make a hearty stew, and suddenly the bland monotony of survival food is broken. For those who've gone vegan or for anyone craving variety, canned jackfruit offers the psychological break from survival stress you can't afford to ignore. But here's the catch: like most hidden gems, it's underappreciated, and when disaster hits, people won't think to grab it at first. The initial scramble for canned beans, meats, and pastas always leaves shelves empty, and before you know it, everyone will figure out the value of jackfruit. Waiting too long to stockpile this secret weapon could mean losing out when you need it most. The haunting thought of witnessing shelves stripped bare of a resource you could have secured will linger. Don't be the one left regretting your oversight. Stock up on canned jackfruit now and ensure your pantry holds a treasure few suspect, but everyone will covet when it's too late.